This is Oslo. He is a Lakeland trailhound who lives with us, his humans, in Cumbria. Oslo was rescued by my brother from the Dogs Trust when he was 1. He didn't make the cut as a racing trailie. They said his heart wasn't in it. When my brother passed away in 2019, Oslo lived with my mum before eventually coming to us. We love him to pieces and couldn't imagine life without him. As you can see, he loves sniffing. That's his animal instinct. We're going on a big hike today, but we thought we'd let him have a run around near home before his breakfast.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Good boy.
everyone, welcome back to a new video. This video is all about Oslo. He is the star today. I mean, he's kind of always the star anyway, but today I am filming a video with some tips about hiking with dogs. It's something I get asked about all the time, and I'm also going to answer a few questions, frequently asked questions that I get from you guys all about hiking with dogs. This video is very kindly sponsored by Tails.com, who are a dog food company. We've been using them for for the past year now. I actually first started using them just out of convenience because it's a subscription-based service and they deliver straight to the door, but also Oslo absolutely loves it and it keeps him really well fueled for all our hikes and adventures. It is an absolutely beautiful spring day here in the Lake District, so let's get moving. Come on then, good boy. The first tip we wanted to share today is knowing your dog's limits. If you're just getting started hiking with a dog, we'd recommend starting with some shorter hikes on easy terrain and building it up slowly, so your dog can get to know different mountain terrains and also become accustomed to rough conditions and big days in the hills. Oslo is a Lakeland Trailhound and is a rescue dog after completing the training for a year. He was literally bred and trained to be in this terrain in the Lake District and to run in the fells, jumping over fences, gates, walls and across the fells at high speed following a scent. Adult trailhounds will run 10 miles across the fells in 30 minutes. Needless to say, we've never had any issues with him getting tired or not being able to handle the distances. We only have issues with him wanting to run away, which we'll get onto later. Saying that, Oslo isn't super keen on scrambling or rough rock against his paws, so we tend to limit that when we're out with him. The more you hike with your dog, the more you'll get to know its capabilities, and the better your dog will become accustomed to the hills. Keep your dog well fueled. We feed Oslo a normal portion of his Tails.com food in the morning, which is tailored specifically for him, his activity levels and his body weight. On a long hike, we feed him treats throughout the day and might give him a larger treat while we have lunch. We also bring Oslo his own water, so we ensure he stays hydrated. He has his own little backpack to carry his own treats and water. Not an essential requirement, but we think he looks very cute. After the hike or when we get home, we feed him again. Then he usually just chills out all evening before having his teethy cleanie, is what we call it, but a dentistic, in other words, every evening. So we use this rough wear harness for Oslo, which we got from Ellis Brigham, and it has these 2 backpack compartments, and inside we have things like his Tails.com good dog treats. This is a little rough wear water bowl that I'll show you later, and then we've also got some water bottles which come with the backpack. So here we go, two of these, one in each side to balance it out, and I've also got a roll of poo bags there. So he just carries his own stuff, and having a backpack or a harness, or a backpack for a dog is absolutely not an essential item, but we find it really useful and he doesn't mind wearing it at all. You just have to get both sides balanced properly so that it doesn't fall down on one side. But I think you look pretty cute, Oslo. And the lead we use is this Flexi Giant Professional. It's a 10-meter lead. This is pretty heavy, but I sometimes just clip it onto my backpack straps and it really doesn't bother me at all, and it means he has loads of freedom to sniff because we don't like letting him off in the hills when there are lots of smells around, because he's a hound and he has a very strong hunting or running away and chasing animals instinct.
I was searching for an open door. I was looking for a peace of mind. It's a feeling that I tend to get. Won't rest until I make it right. Couldn't stand the thought of losing heart before time comes. Like a storm that raged that night. In the dark I came undone. Oh, this house up with my own two hands, so you can make it out. So you can make it out.
Keep your dog regulated to the weather. We like to go hiking in all weather conditions: rain, sun, wind, snow. So over time we've found a few things to be really important for ensuring Oslo stays comfortable and also has an enjoyable hike. If it's a really warm day, I'll make sure we take plenty of breaks and find some shade. This is both for us and the dog. When it's wet and cold, we have a cozy coat for Oslo, and we'll also put it on him if we're doing a lot of filming or stopping for a while, for lunch for example. Just like us, dogs' temperatures can drop quickly when they stop moving.
Hold this house up with my own two hands, so you can make it out. So you can make it out.
That is a very cozy boy. So these are what I've just been feeding Oslo. The chicken biscuits, hand baked with sweet potato and turmeric, and he loves them. They're quite crunchy, so he can actually, rather than just like inhaling it, he actually chews it, bites it. And yeah, they've got lots of good ingredients in them, natural, 10 calories per biscuit. So we bring these, and we've also got these little ones. Bring these on our walk with us and feed him throughout the day.
Good boy. Do you want any more? You want some more?
Ensure your dog is considerate of the landscape, people and animals in it. If your dog is well trained, responds to voice commands and will heel when around animals, then you may have your dog off leash in the fells. but in any enclosed spaces like fields that you may pass through with livestock, we'd always recommend putting your dog on the lead so as not to worry the animals. If your dogs are worrying livestock, it can be deemed an offence. I've put a link down below with some more information on this that's really worth a read. We keep Oslo on the lead in the fells because he has a strong natural instinct to hunt, mostly rabbits. As he's a rescue dog and he's only been our dog for a year, we have safe zones where we let him off but prefer to keep him on the lead in the hills. That's completely our personal choice. We have a really long lead for him, that means he can sniff to his heart's content, but we have no stress of him running away. If your dog is likely to run up to people eating, scare sheep, or be overly playful or aggressive with other dogs you meet on the trail, it might be worth keeping them on the lead at certain times. One question I was asked is if all UK national parks are dog friendly. Yes, they are, but they require you and your dog to be very considerate of the landscape. For example, from March to July in some areas, ground nesting birds lay eggs on the ground, so make sure you follow guidelines for wherever you are. And finally, leave no trace. This is a principle we follow for ourselves, so we also do so for our dog. We always find a bin for Oslo's poo or take it home with us. Oslo sometimes carries his own poo in his backpack, or we bring a spare dry bag to put the poo bag in so it doesn't smell. If we're far away from home and we go on a really long hike, we like to feed Oslo straight away when we get back to the car, as it's part of his daily routine to have his dinner after his afternoon walk. It also aids his recovery after a lot of exercise.
How you never felt the way carried you away. Tell me what.
I hope you found this video helpful and enjoy hitting the trails with your dogs.
Green and bright when you're sad.